Hello everybody, this is Brandon with RPG Overviews once again, and today I'm going to be looking at a pay what you want adventure, and this is what it looks like. It's going to be on drivethrurpg. It's called The House of Za, and it's by Dreadlord Games. Adventure location for 1 to 4 thieves of levels 1 to 2. So this is pay what you want, so please, if you like this adventure and you pick it up, please send some money their way. They've done a really good job. This is actually a really cool adventure. I like it a lot, especially for pay what you want. It's really, really good. So I have a link down in the description as always, and I'll have a pinned comment so if you want to pick it up. So let's go ahead and take a look. It's a little bit meaty actually. So this page is intentionally left blank. Interesting. And so here's your table of contents right here. So it says how to use this adventure. It's a town or city location for 1 to 4 thief characters of first to second level. And in essence, what you're going to do is you're going to take part in a burglary. And you're going to try to fit this somewhere into your campaign world. So what you've got is a location is centered around a third level magic user NPC. He uses his invisibility spell to steal spell books. Creating an adventure hook should be straightforward. The PCs might be hired to recover a spell book, assassinate the magic user, or perhaps they might be part of a guild who hears of his treasures. So you're going to stake out the location, gather information and intelligence, and make plans, and then figure out how you're going to get into them. So Verosin Za is a decadent and vengeful magic user. So he used to join a bunch of adventuring parties, and he's done doing that. And what he's done now is he has decided to steal spell books. Use an invisibility spell. So he's obviously a turd. He no longer deserves to delve into dungeons, but instead he is just trying to steal everybody's spell books. And so you've got a bunch of rumors here, some of them true, some of them false, all giving you information more about his location and as well as about him. And it's going to tell more about the location. It's on the base of operation is one street from the town square, the merchant's quarter, and is a 5 terrace townhouses on either side of the road, and Zaw's house is in the middle in the rank. So it's a bustling road full of traders and foot traffic, but at night the street is quiet. There are some town guards, but there are several ways in order for you to get inside. Some great information here about exactly the layout and the build of the building, and that's very helpful. And then we got a little bit of old school art here from back in the old days. And so one thing that's interesting, there's 3 main hallways. There are going to be some maps at the end that I'll show you. So hallway 1, 2, and 3, hall is the bottom, the ground floor, hall 2 is going to be the first floor, and hall 3 is going to be the second floor. And so it's got information on all those. The third hallway floor is going to be very trapped, so watch out for that. And here we go with the ground floor. So it's going to have a bunch of kind of like his guards and them in their barracks and milling about, playing cards, getting drunk. There's a courtyard area with an invisible dog, as well as a well that'll lead you down to an ancient aqueduct if you go down there. Yeah, Herbert the Hound is invisible at that time when you get there, and the map will make it a little bit more sense. But there are some stuff to go and search and some guards to fight maybe, or maybe you go in there and you figure out a way to get in there under undermining these guards through some sort of trickery or whatever in order to get close to this guy. And then you're going to have the kitchen. There is a mute orphan girl who sleeps underneath the table named Mouse, and she actually really hates Za a bunch with a vengeance, and she might be able to help you should you be nice to her. There's some servants' quarters. Now, this is thing that's pretty interesting. 2 of the servants are actually devil worshippers on the run from the Holy Order of Paladins. So there is a secret shrine in this location, and they, of course, would love to help intruders and lead them to the altar of their master, and more than likely to be either converted over to their dark deity or to be sacrificed. So it's a very cool little side plot thing that's going on here that you can use to your benefit. There's some storage, and it'll lead down to the secret shrine, which you will find here. There are a bunch of deviant cultists down there. There is that all the great trappings of a cult here, 2 candlesticks, and the bronze idol of Hathad, the demon lord. So if you're able to destroy the idol, it'll kind of break the spell that's all over these devil worshippers. Very cool. You use holy water on it. I really like this whole aspect of it because you think you're going to go fight this dude, but then he's got these devil worshippers in his employment as well. And so some cool old art once again. Then you get the first floor, so it's going to break it down by that. You've got some warriors that he's hired, Zorda the Cruel and Balrad the Dwarf. A lot of times they're wrestling or drunk or something like that. And they're also They've got a severed head that they berate. And then there's kind of a strange room. There is Edgar the Cold. He hides under the bed and he has the power to possess the dead, so he says, but not really. He's kind of a wild, crazy person in this room. And then you're going to have his laboratory when you'll find a bunch of his spell books. A lot of stuff in this adventure, of course, is invisible, not creatures and stuff, but I mean but some items and stuff like that to obviously to hide them. And there's a homunculus here that looks like him in the face. You can see it on the cover there. That's his little homunculus. And one of the books actually has a recipe in order for you to create your own, which I think is very neat. So yeah, you can get those spell books from him. And then in his bedroom there, you're going to have a bunch of astrological charts. Of course, he might be in there, and you're probably going to want to either capture him or fight him or whatever the case may be. And the charts are actually really cool. I like this. They reduce the cost of magical research by 20% by allowing the research to be timed with the planetary conjunctions. Very neat. So some cool items in there as well. I think it's pretty cool. And then underground, you've got there's a cellar down there. There's a mad naked elf that's down there. It almost kind of reminds me of like a Gollum type character who's insane, and he goes throughout the ancient aqueducts, and he may hunt you down in there. So that's detrimental to you, or you have to deal with him. So here's the map. As you can see, kind of a side cut off section of it. You can see the number 3 there. That's going to be where the well is, and the cellar's number 12. You've got the other building that's going to be like the kitchen and the servants' quarters and stuff like that, as well as storage, and then that secret shrine, which is hidden. So just within this small little adventure here, which pay what you want, you got a lot of cool adventure here. I don't see why you wouldn't want to throw this at any party in a fantasy setting. It looks like it's a lot of fun, and you know, your players are going to probably enjoy it. And then here's a normal kind of map of it, letting you know about number 3 there. That's where the whale is, leading down to 13, and so on. So, and then one thing that's really cool that they added here is if you want to add him into like a dungeon as an encounter, it has all his people, all his goons, his homunculus, and of course his stats and what they might be carrying. That's actually pretty neat to see exactly like 1 in 12 chance that Zaw's party is waiting outside the dungeon to attack you and steal your spell books. Very, very neat. And then, you know, what games can you use this for? Free rules to use: Old School Essentials, SRD, Sword and Wizardry, Adventure Conqueror King, Limitations, and of course Labyrinth Lord. And then some neat things here. I really like the playtesters. They get through several playtesters and what they did in the adventure, and you know what their outcomes were. I think that's very smart. So Mitch Hyde, good job on this. And yeah, I think it's intentionally left blank, but some cool art there at the end. Dreadlord Games. And that is the House of Zaw. So once again, pay what you want. If you like it and you pick it up, please send some money their way. Thanks a lot. Check out the next video.